Themes. What anime come to mind when you think of the best theme representation? Maybe Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, or One Piece. Well, their themes are definitely good, but not exactly the best. Alright then, maybe Demon Slayer, Fire Force, and Devilman Crybaby. No. Fuck no. So what exactly are the best of the best when it comes to theme writing? The anime that execute their themes to pretty much perfection? Well, that'd be Susu no Frieren, Cowboy Bebop, and Ping Pong the Animation. Most people think anime are all about action-packed fights and stunning animation, but that's just not true. Anime are actually a lot more than that. They have absolutely beautiful stories, an insane amount of emotional impact, and they also have messages they give to the viewers underneath their story. And these are themes. A theme is the underlying message a story is telling you. It's the idea, concept, or subject matter that's at the core of the story. Basically, the central topic of a story. Now, these anime are the perfect example of great theme execution. And these are the opposite of perfect in that regard. And here's why. So no Frieren. This anime's theme have the most ideal component that makes up a theme. It's central and coherent. This anime's story is about an elven mage who set out on a journey to find the land of the dead, heaven, in order to reunite with her fallen comrade. But at the core of this story is a theme on the passage of time and immortality. Frieren is the highest-rated anime on the #1 most popular anime tracker, and that didn't just happen. Its execution of the theme on the passage of time and immortality is exactly what ties its story together. And this theme is explored at the center of its story through this elven mage, Frieren, who lives for thousands of years and is forced to come to terms with the death of the humans she forms relationships with as a result of their short lifespan. And the beauty of this central and coherent theme execution is what's made it the best anime of 2024 so far. But now, let's go back a bit, all the way to the classical, Cowboy Bebop, which perfectly relays its themes through storytelling. Cowboy Bebop is a story set in the year 2071. It's about the lives of this strange bounty hunter crew aboard a spaceship called the Bebop. However, the subject topic of this story is one on the theme of loneliness and existentialism. Cowboy Bebop is a masterpiece anime. It's one of the anime mainly responsible for the increase in the reach of anime to Western audiences, most notably the United States. Although its timeless animation and soundtrack massively piqued the interest of external audiences, the themes of its story are what kept people invested in it, and also what made it one of the best anime to this day. This anime integrates its themes of loneliness and existentialism perfectly into its storytelling, all through its story, plot, and characters. Its themes are what shape the direction the story is headed, with its characters having to come to terms with their past to fully embrace their loneliness. It shapes the plot through the decision characters make to understand and come to terms with their existence. And it shapes the dynamics of the characters and how they both perceive and interact with each other, creating an absolutely compelling experience. But having compelling themes is easier said than done, and Ping Pong the Animation is the perfect example of compelling themes, and that's because of its emotional resonance. This anime story follows two high schoolers and childhood friends, Pei, Ko, and Smile, as they compete in the national table tennis tournament with talented players from all over the country. But the concept of its themes is one on growth and self-discovery. Ping Pong the Animation is one of the less popular anime out there. You know how it goes, being produced and animated by a lesser-known studio, but it's easily one of the best sports anime in existence, and that's because of the emotional impact of its themes. Ping Pong the Animation explores these themes with a deeply emotional story. Through its animation, art style, and soundtrack perfectly representing these themes and allowing you to fully resonate with the feelings of empathy, nostalgia, tension, and reflection it invokes inside you. Now, as all good things have a downside to them, some anime are sadly the ideal representation of bad theme writing. The first example of this is Fire Force, and it falls victim to having no nuance. Fire Force is a story about a dude with pyrokinetic abilities who joins a special fire force to counter spontaneous flaming monsters threatening Tokyo. Its main thematic focus is on faith and religion. It's an entertaining anime liked for its action and sound effects, but the reason it fails to effectively relay its themes is because of a lack of nuance and subtlety. By using both heavy-handed exposition and flat characters to spoon-feed you its themes, it only wears out your interest in the underlying ideas it's trying to convey. A lack of subtlety and nuance isn't all that makes for bad theme execution. There's also stories like Devilman Crybaby, with the problem of an inconsistent tone. It's about a teenager who's dragged into the world of demons and devils by his childhood friend. It focuses on the theme of good and evil. I'm going to be totally honest and say I'm completely oblivious to why this anime is liked. It executes its theme through a mediocre story and a both unnecessary and overly explicit tone that overwhelms you. And this tone inconsistency destroys the underlying message of its story. Now, last but not the least on the wrong side of theme execution is Demon Slayer, with the inauthenticity of its theme. Demon Slayer's story is about a boy named Tanjiro who sets out to become a demon slayer and avenge his family with his last surviving sister. Its central idea is the theme of family and bonds. Demon Slayer is one of the most popular new gen anime, and it grabs you with spectacular animation and fights, but its themes come off as inauthentic as a result of the shallow and boring character dynamic of the characters who are expected to represent the themes of family and bonds. There's a lot to theme writing, but I compiled it the best I could into these 6 points with the hope that you'd understand what makes up perfect theme execution. Now it's up to you to put what you've learned into practice. Now go on, be creative. But subscribe to the channel for more tips and critiques on writing, and check out these 2 videos for more examples of good and bad theme writing.